Hi friends, and welcome to Decorate Your Life. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use your G45 Tag Dies to create beautiful greeting cards. We're going to pair the square tag dies with the G45 clock and leaf flourish dies to make our cards. I hope that you find this G45 card tutorial helpful and gather some crafting inspiration from it. Enjoy the tutorial. Alrighty, so let me give you a quick run through of the items that we'll be using in today's project. I have die cut some pieces ahead of time, and let me show you what I've used. First and foremost, we're going to be using the large die tags and flower dies, and in that die set you get 2 sets of leaf dies, and that is what I'm using right here. So I've cut 4, 2 of the larger ones, one in the cardstock color, which is white, and the other one in the gold, and also 2 in the smaller ones. We're also going to be using the square die tag and clock dies by G45, and you get several dies with that set, but these are the only 3 dies that I have used. Okay, so we're going to use the square die to die cut this piece. We're going to use this die, the clock die, the outer part of the clock die, to die cut this piece. And when you die cut this piece, it will also die cut this piece for you. Alrighty, and we're going to use this part of the clock die to die cut this piece right here. We are also going to use, well, the collection that I'm using is the Botanical tea. It is the deluxe collection, collector's edition by G45, and I'm also going to use a flower from the G45 Rose Bouquet collection. And let me give you the measurements real quick, and if you don't catch the measurements, don't worry about it. I will go ahead and list everything in my blog, a full measurement list and a full step-by-step tutorial, and also a full supply list. Yes. Okay, so like I said, we're going to die cut one piece of this, and we're also going to cut a couple of pieces of the papers from the same collection. It's actually the flip side from this piece right here, and for this we are going to do 4 1/8 by, let's see, what's that number, 3 7/8. I have the numbers in the back. So we need 2 pieces in 4 1/8 by 3 7/8, and we are also going to need 1 piece of our cardstock. Cut that down to 3 7/8 by 3 1/2. And if you've noticed, I have rounded off the corners because the corners are rounded off over here, and we do want them to match. And so you can just use any corner punch, the one that I have, and it's just this cheapo one, and so that cheapo one will do. And we're also going to need a piece of cardstock. In this instance, I'm using white because I think that the white looks fantastic against this color. And so this piece that you need, to make it easy for everybody, just trim a piece of cardstock to 5 by 9. It's not going to stay 5 by 9, but so that we don't have to deal with fractions, we just do 5 by 9. Alrighty, the next step that we are going to take is we are going to fold this in half, you know, kind of like score it down the middle. Let's see. So if this is 9, that means that you're going to have to score at 4 1/2, okay? And then we are going to do some die cutting. Since our card base measures 5 by 9, we're going to score right down the middle. That is 4 1/2, and then we're going to fold. We now take our G45 square die tag and position it over our card base just as you see me doing here, and you're going to want to use some washi tape to hold it in place. We are now ready to run it through our die cutting machine. The next step is to attach the tag onto the top of our card base. And while our hot glue is heating up, we're ready to work on the inside and outside of our card. And here's an optional step. You can take some satin ribbon from your stash to adorn the bottom half of the face of your card. And the size of the ribbon that I'm using, I believe, is about 1 inch wide. And now that our ribbon is in place, we are ready to cover that area up with the other square that we previously cut. We apply glue to the clock frame with a fine tip glue and attach it to the face of our card. And now we're ready for our embellishments.